Okay, I am going to film a how-to video about creatures of Sonaria. It is going to be over the controls. I know there is a little tutorial before you start. Like when you first start, it gives you the option to pick your creature to start out with. It gives you like a basic rundown of how to find food, but I think I can do a better job at making a more clear version. So I like to close the chat box for personal preference, but what I'm gonna do first is zoom out with the O button. That way I have my widest range of view. I am spinning my camera with my mouse here, but you can also do this with the arrow keys. The front or top or up arrow and bottom or back arrow also make you move. The top arrow makes you move in the opposite direction or in the same direction your camera is facing, and the bottom arrow makes you move in the opposite direction. But the main keys I use for walking and movement are W, A, S, and D. A takes you left, D takes you right, A tracks your camera, W walks with your camera. Shift is the button you use to sprint. It drains your stamina bar down here, so don't sprint until you're out of stamina. Speaking of bars, this is your HP bar. It tells you how much health your creature has. It goes down when another creature bites you, you know. Stamina, it also uses up when you sprint. It does not deplete when you're walking. And then this is your age bar. As you saw, my Sniff button was like pulsing a little bit. It's because my hunger bars are low. So if you are low on hunger, it gives you like a little warning. You want to use the H button to sniff. It will take you to the nearest water source and food source. When you get, pulsing. When you get to the water source, you want to get close enough to it where this little button pops up and it will say drink with the little key E. So you press E and you don't have to hold it, you just click it and it fills up your water bar. Just like that. I've pressed the H button again to go sniff for food. Personally, I prefer to eat from actual carcasses, but there are meat spawns around the map for carnivores. You do the same thing. You press E to eat. You eat till you fill up your bar. You do not have to hold this button either. It says press G to pick up chunk. It does exactly what it says it does. It takes a chunk of meat away and you can carry it away from the spawner. Or cower and aggression buttons. These are emotes. You use X or Z for aggression. Does a little emote for your creature, plays on loop. If you hold it for 10 consecutive seconds, it brings up a little buff down here. Aggressive buff. It buffs your damage at the cost of your stamina regen, but it is very useful if you are in combat, and it is also a way to non-verbally, or with the chat box, you know what I'm saying, communicate with another creature. The cower emote does the opposite. It shows you are friendly. It also gives you a buff if you hold it for 10 consecutive seconds. The scared buff. It debuffs your damage by quite a bit, but does give you a boost in sprint and walk speed, allowing you to escape the situation faster. Both of these buffs or debuffs, whatever you want to call them, go down after 10 seconds after you've moved. So you got a little window to attack or to run away with your buff. These emotes can be paired with calls, which are buttons 7, 8, and 9. And 0. Yeah, 7, 8, 9, and 0. 7 is your broadcast call. It will show up as a yellow ring around your creature and lets the other creatures know, because they can see it, that you are broadcasting. The second call, or button number 8, is your friendly call. It shows up as a little blue ring around your creature. It lets creatures creatures around you know that you are friendly, and it can be paired with the cower emote for, you know, extra effect. Other creatures can also see this. Number 9, my personal favorite call, is the aggressive call. It shows up as a red ring around your creature's face and, you know, shows you're aggressive. Pair it with the aggro emote and, you know, you got a little angry guy. The spacebar can be used to detach from this. Oh, hello. That is not what I meant to do. But also while you're swimming can be used to give you like a super boost out of the water. It is called Dart. It drains your stamina. Just be careful with that. I chose to-do list because it has all the buttons, but jump is also the spacebar. See how my stamina went down really far? It is also the spacebar. There are buttons to sit, which is R, and buttons to lay down, which is T. Plays the little sitting animation and the laying animation. You can hit R to sit up again, and then R again to stand, or you can go directly from T and stand up. Personally, I like using the double R method because you stand up quicker and it prevents you from, you know, sustaining more injuries. Oh, gross. The weather can also kill you. You want to go into a shelter if that happens. You know, go into a little covered area until this thing turns green. And more importantly, see how this stuff is eating away at my health? I have the poison debuff, and if you click on them, you see what they're doing to you, and they bleed debuff. If you stand still, these eventually start depleting, but T makes them go down quicker. You get a ×4, you know, heal buff. So you always want to lay if it is possible after you've been in combat. Oh dear. Oh, hello. Okay. Yeah, see how much poison he's got? Yeah, lay down to heal that stuff. You sit also heals that stuff, but it only gives you a 2x heal rate. So whenever possible, lay down. As you can see, I have switched creatures here. You can use the space button to start flying. Space will make you fly in place. But it also drains your stamina, so you can hit the F button to start gliding. Now, a lot slower, but it does not drain your stamina and allows you to regenerate some of your stamina by gliding. You can press F again to start flying, and then F again to start gliding. You can also use the shift button while gliding. It gives you a little power boost at the cost of your stamina. And then you can use that while you're flapping too, but it goes really fast, so I don't like to do that. And then space again is what you use to land. There is a fun little button down here that you see, and it is called Strafe. It is toggled with the control button, at least on PC, and it allows your creature to kind of rotate in place. I'm adjusting my camera and it is following it. You can walk backwards, you can walk sideways, both ways, and then you can also do this while spinning. It is a fun thing to do in combat, and there are some creatures that give you a buff while using Strafe called Hunker. I'll show that here in a minute. But while you are using Strafe, you cannot use the sprint or else it disengages it. So, while using Strafe, do not sprint. Got another creature. This one has the Hunker ability. It also has a feature called Charge, which activates and, you know, charges up while you're hitting the sprint button. You can hold it to activate the charge to its fullest, and then once you bite a creature, it disappears, or once you stop holding shift, it also disappears. Hunker is activated with Strafe, which is again the control button, and it takes a minute to charge up. Again, you cannot sprint or else it'll disengage this, but it gives you the Hunker buff, and this is different across different creatures. Not all creatures have this, but it debuffs your damage while reducing your attacker's damage. Your attacker does whatever the amount of Hunker ability you have, less damage to you. There is an ability to secondary attack on some creatures. So, you know, if your camera's facing this way, obviously you're gonna bite. I can't believe I forgot to cover the most important one. Clicking your mouse is how you attack. there is no button to attack. You click your mouse. If you face your camera backwards on some creatures, they have a secondary attack called tail whip. Depending upon which way your camera is facing, the tail will whack that way. Either way, it kind of attacks the creature that's behind you. But your camera has to be this way in order to tail whip, and your camera has to be this way in order to attack. If you walk, sometimes it gets confused and, tail whips everything. I'm probably confusing the crap out of my friend, but we ignore that. Yes, attack with the mouse button. Most important one. Yeah, see, they're using Strafe right here. All right, I've swapped to Sonaria again because I wanted to cover fun little buttons to do while you're in the air. While you are flying, either while you are gliding or actively flapping, you can use these fun little buttons called Q and E to do little aerial tricks. You just tilt to the side a little bit, and yeah, if you hold them, you hold the position type thing. They're not really super helpful, they're just kind of fun to do type thing. But yeah, there is another feature you can do with the mud puddles. Again, if you sniff, actually I can't sniff right now because it's fog, but if you sniff and follow the trail to a mud puddle, it shows up as this little thing anyways. There is the ability to hide your scent with the E, or you don't have to be in a mud puddle to hide your scent. You can hit the N button. N makes you do the Mudroll animation, and it will give you the scent hidden buff, which basically means other creatures can't smell you. Self-explanatory. Doing this will not give you the muddy buff as it does from the mud pile, which just buffs your health regeneration. Helpful after combat type thing. But there is a way to hide your scent without using the mud puddle. Now I'm just gonna kind of share my own little personal advice. You do not have to listen to this, but obviously, if you want to, it's going to be here. When I attack, I like to use the element of surprise. I kind of go up here and then use the aggro to get a damage buff. Now, stacking this on a creature with an already high damage gives you really high damage. Oh, they're killing each other. I was gonna do that. Dang, I'm gonna go kill him. I'm gonna go kill him. I'm gonna go kill him. Oh, that was easy. I feel kind of bad now. But yeah. See? That you laid out. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's Wormy. Okay, never mind. Get aggressive before you attack things. It makes it easier, quicker. Always have an escape route is my next one. I am malicious. It is semi-aquatic, so I like to attack things that are by a pond because then I can jump in and, swim to the bottom, or worst case scenario, go up and dart out. Quick escape. That's why I still use a starter creature. I also like to always have a friend on hand, just in case. Creatures of Sonaria is really chaotic right now with all of the clan drama. So just, have backup in case stuff gets icky. If you don't have friends, I'm sorry. But always have a friend on hand. Also, use the best of your abilities. People will tell you you're a breath spammer or a hacker or a cheater, just because you're using your abilities. But don't listen. Your creatures have the ability for a reason. My creature here has grab, ambush, and dazzling flash. Dazzling flash makes it so your attackers can't spin the right way when they're using their controls. Useful in combat, right? Use it. The Sonaria I had out earlier, the bat thing, it has the breath ability. C. If you click C, you use fire. Use fire on things. Sigma here. Don't laugh. I know you want to laugh. Don't laugh. But Sigma talks here. It has the invisibility ability. Oh, that's a tongue twister. Use it. It allows you to sneak up on things. You can also use the little in trick here to hide your scent to make yourself even more sneaky. Use it. Like, take advantage of the stuff provided to you, I guess, is what I want your biggest takeaway to be from this. You know, as well as going and playing the game, obviously. But while you are in game, you can hit the K button to take you to this. You can use your mouse to click between these. This will show you, you know, creature stats, what you've done, kinds of fun stuff. This. But more importantly, the controls. If you ever, you know, forget something, you can access your controls. This will show you like everything with a little description, you know, what to do, bite button, fun buttons, calls, all kinds of stuff. Again, tab, stats, controls, or K, controls. But yeah, hopefully this video was a little bit helpful. I had fun making it, you know, refreshed myself on the controls. But now you know and have something to refer back to, so go try it out, go have fun, and go play Creatures of Sonaria.